nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, Valhalla! Gun Bunny and Shockwave! The Mad Doctor, a Dago Outlaw! Penny! Kay Roberts knows what day it is! Psychodwarf 9! Master Craftsman Andy Masterson! Dave G. Sound! The angriest wrench on the internet, Mark the Infinitely Tired! The Wicked Wrench of the East Project story time! Carlos Fish and its pets! Walter Tomascu! Give me a skull and tuck and roll with Snow Dub! Shellback TJC! The man, the myth, the legend, he's gonna make your panties drop! Marketing draws! Henry Gambles and low spec Linux laptop. Greetings, one and all, and welcome back to YouTube Talk here on Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Tone Loki. Good morning, everybody. Can somebody tell me what day it is? Can somebody tell me what day it is? It's hump day. Yeah, getting into that hump day. It is hump day, and that means it is time for the YouTube Talks. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hopefully you guys are doing well. It is hump day, and it is the middle of the week, and we get through today, and we're on that downward slope towards the weekend. I hope you guys are having a good one so far, a good week. Maria! I once knew a girl named Maria. Sold out 5 years in a row. New Broadway hit play. I knew a girl named Maria. Good morning, Maria. Papa, what is up? Happy birthday, dude. I know you just had your birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. I hope you had a good one. I hope you kicked some ass and take some names. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. I hope you had the chance to make someone feel itty bitty at some point yesterday on the YouTubes. Good morning, my friend. It's good to see you, brother. It is good to see you. I hope you had a good one, man. I really do. You know, it comes once a year. Some people are like, Loki, forget birthdays. I'm like, that's your day once a year. Enjoy it. Have a good one. Go out, get something to eat. Go out and grab a pizza, or go out and get steaks, or go out and have fun, man. Go out and have fun. Some guys are like, I don't need to be celebrating no birthday, Loki. Well, shit, dude. It's your day. Go out and have a good one. If you really don't want to do anything, okay. But to me, I'm like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have a good day. I'm gonna go out and have a good day. I'm gonna go out and get some dinner, something. Whatever will we do about Maria? Sold out 5 years in a row. Right there. Broadway hit play. That simple. Good morning, guys. Holy crap. Good morning. And thank you, Snowdub. He says, morning, friends. The mad maestro of the Cotton Connection, the Cotton Council, the mad maestro, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. What is up, brother? Thank you so much. And thank you for that $2 skull and tuck and roll. We got some skull and tuck and roll coming up right for you now. Skull and tuck and roll. Tuck and roll, bitch. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. What is up, Daryl? The derelict says, greeting programs. Greeting program. What is going on, brother? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I was actually going to bring you up this morning. So you're on the list this morning of some great people to work with, and why you should work with some of these great people. Maria is one of those people. Snowdub is one of those people. We got some of those people. Mephisto's one of those people. I once knew a girl named Maria, starring Mexican Iron Man and his Window Quartet. Possibly. Mike's one of those people. Daryl definitely is one of those people. I hear a lot from a lot of people like, why are you working with this person? Or why are you doing this with this? Or blah, 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 blah. I want to tell you something. Yes, Mephisto is on the list of great people to work with. Great people to work with. Maria's on that list. PJ is on that list. Culture's on that list. Snowdub's on that list. Punk Waddle, Snacks and Friends. So many good people. Mags is one of the best people you get a chance to work with. Arwen Avalon, absolutely wonderful person to work with. These are all people that I have fun doing stuff with. They're all people that are wonderful people. Makani is definitely on that list. Not because he sent me $10, but because he is wonderful. He's fun. He doesn't take shit too seriously. We mess with him about the panty dropping thing all the time. We love him. We absolutely love him. If we didn't love him, we wouldn't tease him the way we do. We tease him the way we do because we love him. And we know he's like, okay. Yeah. So Marty with $10 super chat says, birthday stream after this, not of myself, but of bubblegum. It's officially 4 years since my first drawing of Kiki. So we're going to celebrate after this. Yes, it sounds weird. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We have a Valhalla birthday. We have a Valhalla birthday. We celebrate it every year. So I don't see that as weird at all. Valhalla, you know what? All you wonderful people, you guys make Valhalla what it is. You do. You guys make Valhalla what it is. You guys do that. And I'm very appreciative. I'm going to celebrate the day Valhalla came into existence when we first started Mornings of Mischief and started bringing people on board like Mike, like Adega, so many wonderful people that I have had the opportunity to collab with 24/7. Clobby, God rest his soul, clobbering times. So many good people that have come in and been a part of this great place. My mods, Mark the Infinitely Tired, Josh, Project Storytime, and Chris Persia. And our hearts are with you today, Chris Persia, as you put your dad to rest. We love you, brother. If you're out there listening, if you're watching this on a replay, we love you, bro. And we stand with you today. We do. Mahogany, but let's hit you with a skull. What do we got here? What's right up Mahogany's alley? Burning stuff down, dragons, Spartans. Let's see. Some toxic femininity. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, we got Jules. We got a Jules. Jason. What about some Starship Troopers? How about that? How about that for you this morning, brother? Skull! Papa says, I don't play well with others. You don't have to. You don't have to play well with others, bro. If you don't want to collab, don't collab. I'm not saying you need to. I'm just saying if you get upset about it, stop being upset about it. Step up. Step up and, try it. Papa don't get upset when people work together. But there are some things that some people need to know, Snow Dub is the maestro. He's the man over at the Cotton Connection. I don't tell Snow Dub what to do. We've talked about stuff before. We've talked about plans. We've talked about ideas. But I would never, ever step in that arena of, I'm telling you what to do, you son of a bitch. Because that's Snow Dub's job to decide what he does over there. That's his channel. That's his thing. I'm not gonna step on his toes and try and tell him what he needs to do or what he doesn't need to do. That's his job to figure that out. I'm along for the ride. I'm hanging out. I'm having fun. That's my job, is to contribute, because it's his channel. It's not mine. I don't control his shit. It's his stuff. That's what he has been inspired to do. Just like Mornings of Mischief is what I've been inspired to do. Snow Dub would never come in and be like, you got to do this. You have to do that. Or we aren't friends anymore. Some bullshit like that. He'd never do that. He'd never try and talk to me like that. Because there's a mutual level of respect there. If you don't have that respect, you start thinking about why you're in this game and why you're doing what you're doing. Marty Draws with the $5 super chat, and I just realized tomorrow marks 4 years since the day I got monetized. Dude, you got monetized like right after I did, didn't you? It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long after I did, because I know it was like 5 or 6 months after I started the morning show. I think I got monetized. So we got monetized right around the same time. That totally tracks. And thank you, brother. Thank you again for the $5 super chat. Come on, you apes. You want to live forever? That's right. That's right. Damn straight. Oh, is Pops here? Or are you talking to Papa Cotton? Pops is another guy, man. I want to tell you something. When we talk about collaboration, I had no intention of joining what Pops was doing. I was in chat. I was hanging out, and they were talking Halo. And there was stuff that they didn't know, and I was trying to help them fill in the gaps here and there. I was like, okay, this, and Master Chief shouldn't be doing this, and blah, blah, blah. Until finally Pops was like, dude, I'm just going to send you a link because you know more about this shit than I do. And I was like, okay. When he sent that link, I was free, and I was able to hop on. Sometimes I'm not free. Sometimes I'm busy. And if I'd have been busy doing something else, I might have missed something that I really enjoy. I really enjoy going on Pops' show every Tuesday and talking about movies or talking about something. We were just laughing yesterday about the fact that Halo's done. And that's kind of how we came together, was because of Halo. And respect is everything. Respect is everything. I would not cross that line of, I'm going to tell you what to do on your own damn show. That is some egotistical bullshit that nobody wants to deal with. I'll tell you a story. Punk Waddle came from the land of ice and snow. Yes. From the land of the ice and snow. So I, at one point, collaborated with someone. And it was a headache. It was a headache. There was whining and whinging and bullshit involved. And I put up with it for a while. I did because I liked the person. I really did. But every once in a while, it was like, why did you invite me to this? And blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. And I'm not da, da, da. And it was just like, oh my God. And then at one point, a line got crossed. And I was like, nope, that's it. Do you know what it takes for me to go, I'm done? It takes a lot. It takes a lot. I'm not the kind of guy that's like, I don't give up on people. I don't give up on people. I give people a lot of chances because I want to see them succeed. I want to see them move forward. I want to see them become more than they thought they could be. I love that. I absolutely love that. There's a lot of faith that I have in people. Maybe too much faith. Some people have said I have too much faith in people. But I want to see them succeed. I want to see you succeed. When someone has, a dream of, I would love to do this, by God, let's try and make it happen. Let's try and get them there. But when it's nothing but whinging and moaning and crying and bullshit, there comes to a point where it's just like, you know what? I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't. I'll tell you another story. There was a guy that threw a bunch of shit back in my face about bullshit that I had absolutely nothing to do with. I had helped this person. I had contributed. I tried to promote. I tried to push. And they turned around and said, you haven't done a damn thing for me. And I was like, really? Okay. Well, if I haven't done anything for you, then that is what I will do moving forward. And for the next 6-7 months, it was nothing but screaming, pointing finger, and blaming Loki for shit that wasn't working out for them because I wouldn't help them anymore. I'm not going to put up with bullshit like that. I'm not. I will be there. I will be, you know what? Call me, text me. I'm there. I'm there. I'll do everything I can. I will do everything I can. I don't have any coffee this morning. So I do, it's in there, but I couldn't drink any this morning. I was already I'm still coming back from that. So I'm doing my best, but I am still coming back from that. It's amazing how many people have forgotten how important respect is. It's that simple. It's that simple. If I go and do a project with somebody and it's their project, it's their project. It's not my project. It's their project. I'm there to help. I'm there to contribute. I'm there to support. I'm there to do whatever I can. I'm not there to make their life miserable or make their life more complicated. That is not why I should be there. I should be there to help out. If someone calls me and says, hey, Loki, can you help me with this? Damn right, I will do the best I can to help you out with that. If I get that thrown back in my face like you've never done anything for me, I will go and I will do nothing. It's that simple. If you wanna talk to me like I've never done anything when I've been there and I have supported and I have helped, I really won't be there. And I've had people point their fingers at me, blame Loki for that bullshit. That goes hand in hand. Sometimes you're going to find really good people to work with. You will, and you'll find friends. Pops is a friend. Snowdub is a friend. Both of those guys are like brothers. Punkwaddle, friend. Snacks, friends. Shelly, friend. Brother. Psychodorf 9, same thing. Math, same deal. Culture, same deal. So many great people. I get an opportunity. The boys over at EBN, Sean over at Sundowners. It's more than acquaintances or someone I work with or blah blah blah. I'll do what I can. I'll do anything I can to try and help. If that shit gets thrown back in my face and I get treated like ass, though, no, I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson dealing with crap from someone that did not appreciate what I was trying to do and did not care. That's a lesson learned. That coach fellow is sketchy, Loki. Because he says Reese's, right? Reese's. Arwen Avalon, hey y'all, sorry I'm late. My internet just came back up. Well, unicorn farts and sprinkly sparkles. The breaker of internet, the mother of kittens. I can't remember some of the other ones we came up with. The breaker of forks, the queen of Hoota, not Hooters, but the owl Hoota. Hell Valhalla, keep up the good work. Andrew Broadbent, what is up, brother? Thank you. 38 months as a warrior of Midgar. Thank you, my friend, so very much for the support. Thank you for being a part of Valhalla. And let me see. What do we got? This one is just for you, sir. Sko! This guy right here, I am honored. It is an honor to be a part of his cadre, to be a part of his group, a Dega Outlaw. Just as much as I'm honored to be over there hanging out with Culture at that game place and Jonas and Snowdub over at the Cotton Connection. It is my honor and privilege to be a friend and a brother of this guy right here, Dega Outlaw. He is talented. He does not whinge, moan, and cry. He could have the world stacked up on his shoulders, and he's like, I'll be good, Loki. And I love that, because that's what I try and do. This is what I try and live up to, ladies and gentlemen. And I am just happy that he is my friend and my brother. There's so many wonderful people out there for you to work with and for you to be friends with and for you to grow with and for you to learn about and get to know. There's some people that take that for granted. They will, and you will run into that. And there'll be some points. What's up, DJ Ronnie G? There'll be some points that you come to where you're like, oh, man, this person really disappointed me. I don't know if I like being around all this. There are going to be some people that just are shitty. That's just the way it is. What's up, WAP? Good morning, brother. There are going to be people that are going to be crappy that don't want you to have a good experience on here. Those can be guys and girls. Okay, I've seen some crazy shit come out of some chicks because they are very like, this is my territory, this is mine, and they don't want you around. They do not want, especially other women. Holy shit, they're like, right, the claws are out and so it's like they want to piss all over everything. You think guys are bad? Holy crap. I've seen some chicks that it's like, no, we're cats and we pee on everything because we own it all. Holy crap. And then you'll meet some of the nicest ladies. Arwen is one of them ladies that is just the bee's knees, chickadees of niceness. She is welcoming, she is kind, she's fun, she laughs. Her laugh is infectious. She's great. I love getting to work with her on Fridays. I try and make sure that if I'm doing something, I've got Arwen in there somewhere in the week because she's fun. She doesn't cause drama, and she doesn't bitch and moan. And when she's having a bad day, sometimes you can tell, and you just want to be like, it will get better. It will get better. Mark the Infinite Tire says, wonder who that or these would be, Loki. I don't know what you're talking about. Arwen is amazing. Yes. Yes. And you want to have fun. That's a thing, man. Let me ask you something. You're in this space. You're here. You're on YouTube. You're doing content creation. Don't you want to have fun? There are some people that don't want to have fun. They look at this like this is just a job. And I want to get on here and I want to say my thing and I want to sell my merch and I want to do this and I want it off as quickly as possible. Okay. Then do that. But don't act like, it's anything more than that if that's all you want to do. I find it absolutely surprising when something comes out about somebody and everybody's like, oh, he doesn't care. And he didn't act like he cared. He never did. Oh, I can't believe this person would da 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 and blah 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 blah. I can. I can believe it. I've seen a lot of crazy shit. Almost 5 years. I've seen a lot of crazy shit. From the first group that I was ever a part of, I had people that didn't want me around, that were jealous. And I just didn't see it. I was just too naive to see it. I thought we were all one big family, one big happy family. And I was just too naive to see that some people didn't want me around and wanted me out. They wanted me gone because they were jealous. That was most apparent when I started a channel because they didn't want anybody involved in the group to go and do their own thing. And I had one person come back and apologize to me, and it was about a year after my dad died. They wrote me a message and they said, I'm sorry. I treated you like shit. Your dad had just died. I should have recognized that. And I shouldn't have been such a shit. I said, thank you. Now here's the deal. I get what happened. I'm not like pissed off about it anymore. I'm not angry about it anymore. But I'm not going to forget what happened either. That's a lesson. That's a big lesson learned. Is that people that are like, oh my God, it's so good to see you and blah, 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 and how are you doing and yada, 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 can turn around and yeah, a Daga knows. Butt plugs with teeth. Yes. Can turn around and bite you in the ass because they are jealous. Jealousy, there's a lot of jealousy around here. I want to tell you something. Oh, if you have the opportunity to work with someone and do something great, work with them and do something great. Don't forget about your past. Don't forget what got you to the dance. But if you have the opportunity to work with something and do someone great, don't pass that up because other people are shitty or snobby or like, how dare you go and work with this person? Don't do that. If you have an opportunity, work with someone and make something great, work with them. That guy right there, Adega, I had a wonderful opportunity because someone acted like a shit. Someone acted like a POS, and they kicked Adega off their channel. And Adega had like a weekly show over there, and they were like, shoo, because they were looking at numbers, and they were like, Adega doesn't really do anything for me. I do everything for them. Shoo. And I said, screw that. I want to work with you, dude. I really do. I love any chance we get to be on a panel together. Anytime we get a chance to hang out, I love it. I want to work with you. And I did. I took that opportunity. I got some heat for it. Because this person had just kind of kicked Adega to the curb. And I was like, no. Dega's such a great guy. No, I want to work with Dega. So I offered him a spot, and we did 7 Kinds of Mischief. That was my one late show that I was doing. And I was like, come on, 7 Kind of Mischief, and we'll do. We started out talking history. We started out talking history and ancient gods and myths and stuff, and that kind of turned into more supernatural conspiracy stuff and all that kind of stuff. So we've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun, and we've gotten to do a lot of great things together. But not just that, Adega's my bro. Adega's my brother. It's almost like we kind of grew up together. I knew this. I knew someone was going to ask this. Why would anyone not want Adega? He instantly classes up the place. Because they were looking at their numbers. And they were told by someone, Adega doesn't do anything for you. I don't know why they went along with that. I don't know why they went, okay, that makes sense. But they did. And a friendship was kind of broken because of decisions that were made. I'm gonna stand by my friend, and I'm gonna be like, what the hell? Why would you do something like this? And I called the guy out on it. I did. And we have not spoken since. That's just the way it is. Did that person make a mistake? Yes. Did that person make a mistake throwing a fit and blocking me everywhere? I don't know. He dropped the ball and he let go of someone for numbers. And I was like, no, we don't do that. We are also lucky. Adega knows all the dark arts but refuses to use them. Pat's right, too. That's absolutely. Oh, I'm definitely Dean. I'm definitely Dean. Adega's the pretty boy with the hair. So I'm definitely Dean. Degas does more than most of us just by getting out of bed. That person is clueless. No, absolutely. Absolutely. It was a big how-to channel that told him to toss things for cash. He sold me for $1 that he never got. I don't want to quite put it like that, but Adega is the master wordsmith. And yeah, that's what happened. He got sold on the idea that if he got rid of Dega, he'd make more cash. He got told wrong. He ended up losing cash. That's just the way it worked out. Sometimes you're going to have bad experiences. Good morning, Jesters, Darth Arlena. Sometimes you're going to have bad experiences, but it shouldn't stop you from trying to have the good ones. I get it. A lot of people don't want to deal with drama. They don't want to deal with BS. And they don't want to deal with the bitching and the moaning. I get it. I do. I understand. But don't let that prevent you from going out and building something great with people that are absolutely wonderful people. Am I lucky? Loki, you're so damn lucky. I want to talk about something. So Vegas, like 3 years ago in Vegas, I met Culture for the first time. Now we had seen each other around, and we had been on some panels together, but we had never met. When we met each other, we got along pretty damn well. We've gotten along pretty damn well since. I never asked Culture for like, hey, will you have me on, or can I be a part of this, or da 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 da. I never asked him for anything. I've inquired if he wants to come on every once in a while, like come on and do YouTube Talk or come on and do something. And if he can, he does, you know. But I've never been like, hey, can I be a part of this over there? Ever. Because that's his show. That's his stuff. He does his stuff. If he wants to invite me to something, I'll be more than happy to accept and go hang out. but why am I not included in this? Or da 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 da. I've seen people do that. I've seen people do that and get all twisted and get all messed up because they weren't included in something. There's a guy out there that pretty much hates my guts. Why? Because I changed the format of one of the shows and I changed some stuff up, and they were not invited back. Well, they weren't the only one. They weren't the only one that wasn't invited back. I changed the format. I changed something because I don't want 10 people on in the mornings all talking over each other. That gives me a headache. I can't imagine what it does to people listening when you've got 10 people on screen and everybody's trying to talk over each other. So one day I was just like, you know what? This isn't working. I've got to change up the way it is. And I did. And the person can be upset about that all they want to. That's up to them. That's not within my control. If they want to be upset and they want to hate me for it, that they weren't invited back, I don't want to tell you. I don't. I tune out whenever any channel has a discussion about Disney's weekend earnings. That's not my bag, dude. Really. Anytime that stuff comes up, I'm like, go watch Valiant, go watch WDW Pro, go watch this, They are experts. They are absolute experts. Sometimes I talk about movie money. This made this, or this brought in this amount of money. I'll get into that. I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about corporate Disney besides they're all shit. They play games with people. So, some dude just bought himself out for $3 billion and dumped Disney stock. That's as much as I know. It's as much as I want to know. Lord Haster, I wasn't invited back. Don't hear me bitching. I don't know, dude. There is nothing. I don't go out of my way to piss anybody off. At least I try not to. Some people have definitely pissed me off. Have I been like? Sometimes I'll tell you what. The biggest thing with me, and they say don't tell people your weakness. I defend the people that I care about. You come after one of us, you come after all of us. That's my thing. That's my thing. Respect will be paid. Do not disrespect. You don't dox. So you don't dox. You don't go after people's families. There's lines you don't cross here. That is my thing. I do not believe you do this stuff. And if you do, banishment, exile, Klingon discommendation. That's me. I don't expect anybody else to do it. But once that line's been crossed, good luck. Good luck, because you can come back and you can apologize, you can say whatever you want. A lot of people don't even bother because they know they screwed up. But I don't forget. I don't. So Loki, those that go out of their way not to piss someone off always end up pissing someone off. It's like a law of nature on social media. Yes, you can be the nicest person. You can be the nicest person. You could have the greatest attitude, and you're still going to piss somebody off. Hey Loki, is that a dragon on your shirt, or are you just happy to see us? Actually, it is a Loki. So it's got some some stuff on it, some Loki stuff, But it's a Loki, and that is a Slytherin snake. So I'm a harmless marshmallow, and somehow I managed to piss some people off. Oh well. You got a great attitude, and you're nice, and I think that scares the shit out of people sometimes. Having a great attitude and being a nice person. I've seen people do a guest spot one time and get indigent that they weren't elevated as permanent panelists. I don't know, dude. I've seen the opposite too, where it's like people get pissed off that you don't constantly come back. Here's the thing with me. I have stuff going on in my life besides this. Okay, so if I can make it, I will do my best to make it. If I can't, I apologize, I can't. If you're like, well, Loki came on once and then never came on again, um, I, I don't know what to tell you. It is not. It has nothing to do with you. I would love to be able to make every show and do everything, but I've also got obligations and I've also got other jobs. So Loki's seriously the attack dog for a cent. Oh yeah, and Daga with the $1.99 super chat. Loki is the attack dog. Yes. I will defend my friends and my family tooth and nail. But don't abuse that either. And there have been people that have abused that. They've keyed in on that and they've abused it. And they've used it for their own bullshit. Don't let me catch you doing that. You know, if someone comes after you, I will be the first one to be like, you know, raising the flag and fighting the good fight. But don't abuse it either. God help me. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. Thank you so much, Adega, for that $1.99 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Brother, this one's just for you. I've never seen $1 before. Sko!
$1? I've never seen $1. Nobody's got $1. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's $1 bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's $1 bill. I've come to a couple of friends' defense. I remember this one guy tried shooting his mouth off in the middle of a buddy's chat one day, and then threw a fit that I said something, and it was Loki started it. Maybe don't talk about the host of the show that I'm a mod for, going down on his knees and getting ready to warm his knee pads up, and then expect me not to say something while that person's in the middle of running a show. I mean, not only is that just disrespectful, but you're supposed to be that person's friend. Am I getting that right? Buddy, pal, chum. So yeah, whatever. You're gonna run into people that have their head up their ass. You're gonna run into people that think this is all clout and bullshit and all that. You're gonna run into people that want to scramble up that ladder as fast as they can, and they will use anyone and everyone to do that. Do not let that ruin you from having a good friendship with people that actually give a shit. So, Arwen is a marshmallow. That's why she has me to help toughen her up some. You and Arwen, see, this is the crazy thing, right? You've got salt and pepper. Okay, you've got. I wouldn't say it's as bad as oil and water, but the attitude difference between Arwen and Arlena is night and day, right? Okay, I wouldn't say Arwen's a marshmallow, but she's a lovely person that likes to have fun, that likes to laugh. Arlena likes to have fun and likes to laugh, but Arlena will pull the like granddaddy hammer out and slap you down with it if you get out of line. Arwen will just be like, oh no, what's going on? She won't know. Whereas Arlena's got the fucking warhammer out and is like, I will beat your ass with this. So, not as bad as oil and water, but salt and pepper. But that's why their collaboration and them working together works. It's why they work so well together. Some people don't work like that. Some people are like, no, you're way too different and you're off in this and blah 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 blah. Whereas others, that's the kind of relationship you need. That's what really works. I love people that have different takes. I love people that have different takes. I don't know. There's a lot of people that will be like, I want people to agree with me, or I need to be front and center on the show of every show and blah 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 blah. That's not me. I don't think I should be front and center. I've got my show here. I'm front and center right now. I don't have to go on a dozen other channels and be front and center and be the most important thing. I've got my own show. I've got my own morning talk show. They've got whatever they're doing. But some people feel the need that they've got to be front and center with everything. That they have to be the one in front of everybody. Okay. You're gonna get used to that. You're gonna see that. That shouldn't keep you from stepping up and being a part of something great. Don't let that scare you. Oh, I can only do this with this person. I heard that. I was like, oh my God. So to kind of cap off the conversation, there was a content creator that I found over on this channel. We'll call it Channel A. And they told Channel A that they didn't feel comfortable being on other people's channels, that they felt like Channel A was home and that they wanted to be there. And they would promote themselves, and they would promote their stuff, and they would promote their channel. Then they got in an argument with someone over on Channel A. Wasn't the host, but the host let the argument happen. And because the host let the argument happen, this individual no longer felt safe and secure because their opinion was questioned on a live stream. We question people's opinions every day. We question people's choices in movies. We question, I'm talking about creative choices. You can go watch whatever you want to watch. Hell, I like watching Howard the Duck once a year. There's a bunch of people who hate that movie. I think that movie's absolute trash. I laugh my ass off. I think it's a cute, fun movie. There are people that absolutely hate it. I get that. I'm not threatened because someone has a different opinion than me. So, because their opinion on something was challenged, they no longer felt safe over on Channel A. They went over to another channel. They started being over on Channel B. And Channel B, they did the exact same thing. Promote themselves, only talked about themselves, only talked about their accomplishments, only talked about their opinion, dismissed everyone else's opinion. And this was allowed to go on. Meanwhile, they go over to Channel C when they get invited because the host of Channel B recommended, hey, I go over here and I have a really good time. Why don't you come over here and guest? I'll get you a guest spot. They make an absolute ass out of themselves by treating someone on the panel like shit and talking all kinds of shit. Then they try and dox this person because they disagreed with their opinion. They tried to dox this person. They tried to run them into the ground because they disagreed with their opinion. Now, what is the link with all this? Channel A got disagreed with, threw a fit, left because they didn't feel safe, because their opinion was challenged. They go over to B. Again, they have their way. They get what they want. They promote themselves. They only give a shit about themselves. Then they go over to channel C. Their opinion is challenged, and they throw a fit, and they dox the person, or try and dox the person anyway. And it's all about money. It's all about this. It's all about that. It's all about this shit that had absolutely nothing to do with what the problem was in the first place. Should you let someone like this dictate what you do and what you don't do? No, absolutely not. And this person is a sociopath and a anomaly. Every once in a while, you're going to run into some people like that because this is the internet. But that shouldn't stop you from doing something you love and doing something you enjoy and finding people to do it and enjoy it with. So they let themselves be taught that they wouldn't let it happen again. They would push people out and protect themselves. Our opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. I'm sure that if I was like, hey, you know what? I like Penguin Mafia. And Punkwada was like, I don't like Penguin Mafia. We could share our opinions. We could talk about it. We could discuss it. We could have a conversation. What are we doing here if it's not to have a conversation? It's why we did the comic book roundtable, so that we could have a conversation about comic books and have a good time doing it. Me and you can have a conversation. Don Waddle, that's right, has a distant cousin, but he shares good Italian. We could have a discussion about that. This person could not have a discussion. They can state their opinion, and anytime their opinion is questioned, they freak out, flip out, and start making threats. That doesn't make good conversation. And if someone can't have a conversation, what's the point of having them around? If you can't have a conversation, what's the point of having them on? What's the point of inviting them? And once everyone sees that, it's kind of over, because people aren't going to invite you. People aren't going to have you around. You might find a nobody channel that nobody knows about, that doesn't know you and doesn't know what you've done and what you're about. But you're pretty much like I said earlier, banishment, exile, Klingon discommendation. Why? Because you can't have a discussion. You just make statements. What's the point of being on social media and being on a panel with people having a discussion if you can't have a discussion? If you can't have a discussion without that person wigging out. So last one, before we get out of here, last story. Sometimes this can be a headache. That's just the way it is. Sometimes it can be a headache. Sometimes it's gonna drive you up the wall. There was someone that I really liked to promote, that I really enjoyed having around, that I liked collaborating with. It was fun. But every once in a while, this person would have a breakdown and flip the hell out. Honestly, I didn't know what to do about it. I was like, I could talk to them. I could try and have a discussion with them. But it was difficult to the point of they almost wanted the drama and the BS to be going on. I didn't get that at first because I was including them and inviting them. It almost seemed like it was never enough. It needed to be about them. It needed to be all about them. I didn't get it. I remember during a live stream, I was getting messages saying, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't have accepted the invite. You shouldn't have invited me. And after that stream, I didn't. And about a week went by, right? With them not getting an invite. And I got a message. Why was I not included tonight? And I said, because you said you didn't want to be involved in it. I never said that. I pulled up the chat, pulled up the conversation. I said, this is what you told me 2 weeks ago. You said you didn't want to be a part of it. You didn't want to be involved in it, that you shouldn't have accepted the invite. And what can you really say after that? I understand that the person was having a fit, but we're grown-ups here. We should act like grown-ups, right? Throwing a fit and having a tantrum and throwing your teddy out of the cot doesn't solve anything. Sometimes people need to work through their fifis. Thank you, Punkwaddle. And their traumas. It's hard to tell when we only get the stream side of people. That's right. I have seen people go from crying to smiles and winks and nods when that camera turns on. And it amazes me. It absolutely amazes me to go from just like heartbroken, and it's hard to tell what's real and what's not. That is when it is the hardest to tell what is real and what's not. When right before a live stream goes live, they are crying, they are upset, they are all this. You would think that they'd be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go, and I won't be on today. And but as soon as that camera goes live, oh hello, everything's fine. Everything's fine. There's smiles. There's all this, and you're just like, what's real? Are you being fake now on the camera, or are you trying to get people to feel bad for you before the stream started? What's real? Fits might feel good in the moment, but they end up burning bridges. God help me, I do know that. Who's throwing Teddy? Yeah, someone's throwing Teddy. Throwing their Teddy out of the cot, throwing a fit, having a tantrum. Everybody gets down at times. You're talking about Kamala? Wait, that didn't come out right. Very true day, Bob. Learning how to help people through it versus helping them cope is the hardest spot. Squeaka, what's up, Squeaka? Right before we go out the door with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Squeaka. She says, thank you, Loki, all the creators here for making awesome content and safe spaces. Happy hump day. Yeah. And have a great weekend. Happy hump day, Squeaka. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for that $10 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And how about some toxic femininity for Squeaka? Sko! All right, we're getting out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed today's YouTube talk. Make sure you make your way over to Mahogany Draws coming up next. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. We'll see you next week on the next YouTube talk. We'll see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday. Have a great one, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.